Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the weekly meeting of the Americus Rotary Club. I'm sure you all feel the same way we do. It's so good to see everybody in person today. We're glad to see everybody back here healthy and well, and we will continue to pray that that holds out today. At this time, I'll ask Don Smith to have our invocation, please, Don.
Let's pray. Our most gracious Lord and Heavenly Father, we thank you. Thank you that in your plan, you gave us heart. You gave us a heart that's capable of love and a heart that's driven to service. For everyone here and for the service that we do. Thank you for this food, for its preparation, and all the things that you do for us. And pray that this might nourish our bodies in your service. For it's in Christ's most holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Don. Before we call the music committee, I want to recognize that we've got a few folks online still joining us today. Dale Lawson, Eric Bryant, Martin Beck, and Suzanne and William Rambo are all online. So we're glad y'all could join us. And I hope you enjoy the online streaming we're doing today. And with that, we'll ask the music committee to come forward. Peter?
So come join me. I keep the separation up here. Don't leave me alone. It's going to be real easy and real short. Make sure you maintain your separation here. Everybody face me. They're going to get somebody else. Very simple ones. Number 5, we got with My Country 'Tis
Land of liberty, of me I sing. And where I walk the land of the pilgrims, from every mountain side, every grace.
Rotary song, R-O-T-A-R-Y.
R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary. R-O-T-A-R-Y is the land and sea. From north to south, from east to west, God is most who serves the best. R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary.
Well done, team. That's one of those things we just can't pull off online in a virtual environment.
Might be just as well.
This time, I'd like to introduce our special guest for today. We have our district governor, Kirk Driskell, and his wife, Dina. Thank you both for joining us today. We also have our assistant governor, Dr. Brenda Hodges-Tiller. Brenda, I'm going to do a few awards here, and then I'm going to turn the mic over to you to bring our district governor up for the officer. Now, as y'all may recall, during the pandemic shutdown, we had some online balloting for some member awards this year. Those 3 awards were Rotarian of the Year, the Service Above Self Award, and the Rotarian of the Decade Award. And when we were considering announcing those before we came back in person, but once we realized we were going to meet in person, we thought we would do 2 things on the same day. First, do our officer induction after the start of the new year, as well as award these awards as the end of the preceding year. So I want to start with the Service Above Self Award. The heart of Rotary is service above self. And this award is a recognition by our club members of an Americus Rotarian who made significant contributions toward improving the life of our community during the previous Rotary year. From social events to service projects, you could always count on her to be there to set up, take down, and keep us all moving in the right direction. I can tell you that as club president, this Rotarian contributed greatly to the success we had last year in making my job a lot easier than it would have been otherwise. Our club members certainly appreciate the service and the time that you have given during this past Rotary year and all the years before it. I believe that her father, who was an Americus Rotarian, is looking down on her with pride and her tremendous work ethic, strong spirit, and desire to achieve the best for our club. Please join me in thanking Cindy Pryor for our service of those. Cindy, that's one of those, all three of these awards are ones that were voted on by the members of the club. So you know sincerely how much the entire club appreciates you. Our next award up is the Rotarian of the Year. The Rotarian of the Year award is given to the member who exhibits service above self in their daily activities and who promotes Rotary in their actions and in their involvement. Our club appreciates the contributions of all of our members, and each year we recognize one member who stands above the rest. Throughout the year, this Rotarian was involved in every action the club took and was spreading the good word about the Rotary Club of Americus across our community and District 6900. Her willingness to contribute to projects and social events was evident throughout the year, and she was working with other club members in organizing and executing our social events as well as our charitable projects. Quite simply, what our club achieved last year would not have been possible without her involvement and devotion. Our club members recognize the depth of commitment and time you exhibited during 2019 to 2020 and have voted you our club's Rotarian of the Year. Congratulations, Angela Smith.
We don't have to be socially
I'm going to tell y'all, it's hard to keep a secret from this one. Our final award today is a special award that is new this year. And as the decade rolled by and we started into the 2020s, we talked about having an award that recognizes the dedication of long-term leaders to our club. Over the years, our club has had a rich history of leadership, well respected not only by Americus Rotarians, but those across our district and Rotary International. From club presidents to district governors, all these leaders have given dearly for the ideals of Rotary. It's rare, however, for a person who maintains their enthusiasm for doing good in the world over a very long period of time. Our club has selected one member this year who has exhibited steadfast commitment and excitement for many decades, challenging the young and the not so young to be better people and Rotarians. From regular attendance at our projects and social events, offering wise counsel to our club leadership, offering words of encouragement when they are needed, spending time with our GRSP students, and even admonishing us in the proper way whenever we need admonishing. A truly great gentleman and a community leader. We respect and admire you beyond measure. Please join me in showing our thanks with a well-deserved round of applause for Dr. Lee Riccardi.
On behalf of the entire Americus Rotary Club, I
accept this on this club's behalf. Thank you all so much.
And Candy, we're so glad we could get you to sneak in here to see that. Andy, you're welcome to stay as long as you like now. Thank you for coming. Well, thank you all. This will be my last term because we're about to have officer inductions, and I want to thank you all for your support this year. I know I've said it online, but it feels better to say it in person. Thank you for a wonderful year last year. At this time, I'd like to call on our Assistant Governor, Dr. Brenda Hodges-Tiller, to the podium to recognize our district governor.
Let me say how proud I am to know you. That in person. How about that? I think that I want to personally congratulate each of you because I know that you well deserve the recognitions that you just received. This is one of the hardest working clubs, enjoying what they do. And I'm just so proud to say I know you. And I brought this. You normally do something else first thing in the morning. And I've been bragging every time we have your meeting, I always brag, and I said I'd bring it, so there it is. I'm pleased to have this opportunity to introduce our district governor this year. District Governor Kirk, a graduate of Reinhardt University, where he earned a bachelor's degree in business, is a serial entrepreneur and outdoor enthusiast. He builds, buys, or creates companies that provide opportunities for individuals to align their passions with their purposes. A dynamic concept that is just as intriguing to him as it is to me, because I know that he's the force behind an exciting, innovative year that we're going to have an opportunity to take advantage of all during this year. Following in the footsteps of his father, Ken Driskell, who is a charter member and past president of the Rotary Club of Alpharetta, District Governor Kirk joined the club and served as club president in 2015 and 2016. And because of his leadership drive and his enthusiasm, he is a fellow Sheffield Leadership Award recipient. And we know about that because this club is responsible for that. And when I got it, I came up here, they didn't know me, from Adams House Cat, to thank them. And we were in this room, as a matter of fact, never in this room, but in this room. And then, of course, now I know, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but they told me that these folks sponsored it, so I came up to do that. The first person I met was Stan over there. So after that, he also served in several leadership roles and earned honors to include the Rookie of the Year, the Rotarian of the Year, and others. He served on multiple international service trips and also on local service projects. Our district governor served as District Governor 6900 Service Chair in 2016-2017, as an assistant governor in 2017-2018, District 6900 Public Image Chair in 2018-19, and all of this while preparing for his present role as our district governor for this season. During his year as president, the club earned numerous awards, including the Club of the Year and also the Best Club Membership Growth. Rotary International recognized our district governor by presenting him with the Rotary Choice Award for a personal video he uses to describe what being a Rotarian really means to him. A native to Alpharetta, Milton area, our district governor continues to live there with his lovely wife, First Lady Dina, and their 3 children, Cambry, Dot, and Colton, Knox, right, and Colton. Now, Cambry launched an Interact Club at her school, Kings Ridge Christian School, with approximately 50 of her peers who energized that school and their environment as young people of action. Beyond his family and his faith that you will hear about, his true passion in life is helping men struggling with addictions. A determined man who truly has been anointed. District Governor Kirk founded the Vision Warriors Ministry, a faith-based community entity that focuses on accountability and transparency. They provide support to men who are ready to fight and conquer their drug and alcohol addictions. First, I'd like for you to welcome, and I'd like to introduce to you and present to others our First Lady. First Lady Dina. You will see more of her, and then won't you join me as we welcome our District Governor, Kirk.
How's everybody doing today? How does it feel to be back amongst your friend? What are you doing? How does it feel to be back amongst everybody? Yeah, the unexcitement that you may hear just a little bit, you're not going to let me share that with you.
Oh no, it could be contagious.
It's a pleasure to be here. I first want to say it was an honor to share my passion about Vision Warriors with y'all. Here was it about a month. It's the last 3 months kind of blends together. It's over a month and a half, about a month to 2 months, and I want to thank you on behalf of everyone that y'all support from your contribution, which you did not have to do, but it was greatly appreciated in the times that we've come through, where a lot of our men that are rebuilding their lives, putting them back together because of our own decisions we made. We're not blaming anybody else there, but you're trying to get your job and get everything back underneath you. In everything that happens, there wasn't unemployment, there wasn't a lot of things that they were able to take care of. So to say the last 3 months has been a trying time on the ministry, it has, and every bit helps. So we're extremely grateful for y'all's support, and moreover, just the opportunity to be able to share. And it's with that opportunity today, and what a blessing and a testament to God and to Rotary in this country, from someone of my past, to be able to be standing here today. So when you hear or see anyone that is struggling with an active addiction, the pain and destruction that it causes is real, right? It is 100% real, and it's not discounting those. But on the other side of that, there is restoration. And on the other side, there is an opportunity to serve and to be fully restored. And so when you see that or hear that story, think of me in that one case, just so that if it's to just not be jaded so much on just the pain and destruction of addiction. So it's an honor to be here. And what better thing today than to come in. I know that I'm not going to have this opportunity any other time this year, unless something crazy happens in the next week or so, to where an outgoing president and an incoming president can be encouraged in this time to break social distancing, right? Yeah, so that we can all collectively say that we want these two individuals to be as close together as they can. Kiss, smooch on, do whatever you want to do, and no, it doesn't matter what picture's taken or who says it. No one's going to call the Rotary police, and we're not going to get in trouble for being irresponsible. So, but really, it's also too what an opportunity to be here at this club. When the email came out and it was quick, it was okay. Hey, what do we have to move around to get back down here? Because Americus, it holds a special place for me. The Sheffield Award, I don't take lightly. It was something that before I started my year, I told my wife, in good fashion, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it all in, full tilt. And I said, no president in my club had ever won the Sheffield and been the Rotary Club of the year, the Club of the Year. And I said, by golly, this year is the year that we're going to change that. And the great thing about it is that the service of what you all see and what you received this year and what we see in Rotarians is Sheffield Award is really, is sitting there as for the exceptional level of service. But it makes it really difficult. With the district that we have and the Rotarians that we have, I can already imagine the challenge that's going to be at the end of this year to who do we pick from? You know, and when you look, the differences are there. So while I accept that award graciously, I know that there was 68, 69, 70 other presidents at that time that were doing just everything to the same level that I was for our district. So in keeping with that, it's what an honor today. We're here to recognize you. You know, I'm not going to talk for an hour and a half like you asked me to do a makeup meeting. But it's to be recognized by your club. To say, we pick you, we choose you to lead our club, to lead in our community, to be that front face for this club and this organization is an honor that is beyond belief. It's an honor that I hold dear to me is today, the best year that I've had in Rotary was 2015 and 2016 serving my club as president. I enjoyed every minute of it. And the great thing with you is when your past president, immediate past president, starts telling you everything that you're doing wrong, you can just close the door or leave him at home or do something, you know. So it's kind of it's an interesting time, but it's also an interesting transition for y'all. So it's an honor to be here today, but to look at the gift that's been given to you and the trust that's been given to lead this organization for the next year. So if you could stand up here with us, and mine's in my back pocket. So I'm going to scoot. We're going to let you be right here because you're on camera. You're important, not me right here. So these words on my iPhone have been confirmed. 100% confirmed that these are the actual words that Paul Harris spoke. I think it was 1938 or give or take. Steve's back here. He can confirm here. Just make sure that this is exactly what he said. But okay, so but we do. So in keeping with that is about to accept your vow to lead and honor this club and the district and your bylaws. That's the process we're about to go. So
do I need to raise my hand?
You sure can. If you could please. So when I leave a blank and I say, then that's when you put in your name, not my name, and Rotary Club of. It's a test. It's not a test to make sure I never say the wrong club. It would not be that I don't want to say the wrong club name. It's the test to make sure that our current president that's becoming knows their club. All right? So if you could please raise your right hand with me. I have been elected to the office.
Am I supposed to say my name? Yes. I, Angela Smith,
I've been elected to the office of president.
Have been elected to the office of president.
To solemnly pledge.
To solemnly pledge.
And faithfully execute.
And faithfully execute.
That position.
That position.
On behalf of the Rotary Club.
On behalf of the Rotary Club of Americus.
And that I will.
And that I will.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
Honor.
Honor.
the Constitution and bylaws
the Constitution and
of
bylaws
my club,
of my club,
my district,
my district,
and Rotary International.
and Rotary International.
Congratulations. You have a new president.
Thank you very, very much. And what I'd like to do before I bring the board up here is to let you know how honored I am to serve the Rotary Club of Americus as president this year, and thank you for entrusting me with this role. I look forward to working alongside you as we work together to create lasting change across the globe, our nation, the great state of Georgia, and in our amazing community. So thank you very, very much. And I know I've got big shoes to fill. I know, because I usually put them away in the closet. Just teasing, just teasing. No, now like 13 and a half, seriously. But I would like to call the following people up. President-elect Kenny Phillips. Immediate past President Renee Smith. I should have done that one first, sorry, hon. Our secretary, Catherine Moore, is at home with her new baby girl, Albright, and couldn't be here today. Treasurer, Susan Ruckman. Board of Directors for 2020-2022, Sergeant at Arms, Kwan Willis. Public Image Chair, Nicole Kirksey. Daryl Brown is out of town with his family. Board of Directors 2019-21. Club Administration, Cindy Pryor. Past District Representative Steve Stanfield. Jay Anderson is out of town. Club Service Projects Chair Brandy Lindenberg could not be with us today. And Program Chair Ivy Aller could not be here today. But thank you all for being here. And I have something for each of you. And I don't know if we want to go through the same.
Oh, yeah, we can make that happen.
Okay, all right, I'll let you take the mic.
So we can all, anybody that's been president of the club or has been involved in the club, we realize that the greatest thing about Rotary to me is that we're one person can accomplish a few things, but together, man, we can eradicate disease, we can conquer a lot of things that are just unimaginable. And it's no different in your individual club. And so the same level of respect and trust has been placed upon the president's selection for that president to turn around and then select the individual club members to say, I choose you to help me lead this club and support our community this year. What an honor. And to not take lightly of any position that you hold, whether you're on the board or an active Rotarian just in the club, because it is the group that we accomplished. And with that, we're going to induct you here. And there again, these words were confirmed that they were a couple years after when they.
Yes, that's what I remember.
It's a couple after. And so it's like I want to pick on some folks that I know well, so that's great. So if you could please raise your right hand and repeat after me. And again, it's a test to make sure we know our name and we know our club. Not so that I don't mess up. I promise. This is a test. So if you could, I do solemnly pledge that I will fulfill the obligation and duties to represent my club, bylaws, our district, and our club president, to the best of my ability. Congratulations.
All right.
You have a board.
Welcome to 2020-21 year of Rotary Club of Americus. I'm excited about this year. I think we've got some momentum. Of course, the last part of the year ended up kind of being a little disruptive. Thank goodness you all hung in there with us and we were able to go virtual. Thank you all for staying engaged. I think we did a lot of work in the latter part of the year that really rivaled what we did at the beginning of the year. We kind of had to change direction and start looking at ways to be able to serve our community in the midst of the COVID pandemic. That could not have happened without Renee's leadership. I will tell you, he scrambled around and he's a lot more technology savvy than I am. And so got the WebEx up, started off with maybe 12 to 14 people online, and we built it up to, we were getting 30 to 40 online each Tuesday. And those that couldn't call in were still very, very involved in making sure that the community was getting what it needed. And I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it and how proud I am to be part of this club. As my first act as president, I would like to recognize Renee for his leadership this past year. Many of you know that he received the Sheffield Award, which was well-deserved, but quite a surprise, I think, for us when we were at the district assembly, but could not be prouder. Of course, I have a lot of reasons to be proud of him, but as far as Rotary played a huge part of our relationship. Many of you know that we had known each other for a number of years, but some of you may not know that it was over a golf tournament that we used to do, the Luck of the Irish golf tournament, just right around the corner at the GSW Golf and Conference Center, that our service hours overlapped just enough to have a really nice conversation, and then the rest is history. So anyway, but I'd like for Renee to come forward, please, and accept this symbolic gavel before it's passed. Excited about the board of directors. I would like to call on Kwan Willis. Many of you know Kwan. We have a long history, Kwan, from when you were in high school, working in the work study program with the Chamber of Commerce. He's one of mine. I feel like he's one of my kids, and now I work for him on the Main Street board, so it all comes around full circle, doesn't it? I'll call on you to do the Sergeant at Arms report, please.
Member birthdays: Darrell Hawkins, July 1st, Marion Franklin, July 4th, Edward Jackson, July 7th, Don Smith, July 10th, Nicole Buchanan, July 10th, Leela Case, July 7th, Faith Fennell, July 13th, Barbara Gamage, July 9th, and wedding anniversaries: Rusty Warner, July 7th, Barry Blunt, July 9th. Service anniversaries: Barry Blunt, 35 years, July 1st. Russ Childers, 37 years, July 1st. Vic Patel, 12 years, July 1st. And Bruce Case, 4 years, July 1st.
Thank you very much. Now, as you also know, when we were in the virtual environment, we had a lot of sunshine dollars that got promised. It's time to pay up. So anybody having sunshine dollars, we will be glad to.
Got mine, so.
I do. Thank you, Brenda. We're just paying up. We can't even remember what we said for. Hey, come on, Chief.
Hello, Council. Of course, I'd love to be back in the room.
And have a hot lunch.
I got 15. I think I promised 5 or something, but I don't remember what it was. So here's 5 for whatever that was. And then there's a 10 here. 5 is for Renee, a great honor for the club. Thank you for your leadership. And 5 for Lou Riccardi. Good job, bro.
Remember how much I promised you, so I told Kelly as I was coming out the door, hand me $20.
I'll tell you about it later. So part of that's for Kelly for having $20 on hand to throw my way. So I do want to thank you, Renee, for having the online meetings and allowing us to stay together during that time. I mean, it's been a difficult few months for everybody, and some of us more than others. And it seems like when tragedy happens, or everything in the whole world's going crazy, and your little bit of craziness adds to it, it's compounded. So knowing that there were other people that we could talk with and at least catch up with, besides just sitting there wondering what's going to happen next, was great. So the $20 is for partially for that leadership as well. Thank you.
So I have absolutely no cash, so Thurston let me borrow $2, but I'm pretty sure I owe 20 or so. I did announce over video that my wife and I are expecting in November. I haven't actually made a meeting since we found out, but it is a baby boy, and I'm pretty pumped about that.
We're ready for another little lady. Very excited for you, Jimmy.
Well, I probably spoke up as more than anybody with the Sunshine Dollar, so I'm rounding up on mine. And I just don't want to sound like a broken record, but thank you so much for the club for everything that you've done during the past year to support me and everything the club's meant to us. And for those of you who didn't win awards for this past year, know that all of you are deeply appreciated. Every single person in this room contributed to this club. And thank you for everything.
Mine came at a crucial time during all this stuff right before Easter. And I want to thank Thurston Clary and Jimmy Whaley and my nephew for all three at different times over the phone teaching me how to do an Easter cantata for our church for Easter. And I'm very grateful. They were very grateful too. And never in my life have I been more grateful to live in a small rural community, and how grateful I am for our outstanding law enforcement. I have felt completely safe the entire time.
Anyone else? Well, I just want to thank District Governor Kirk, Dina for being here. It makes it very, very special for us. This is our first meeting back face to face. I will tell you, I was a nervous wreck. We found out just last week that our food service vendor was changing for GSW, that we were going, everything was happening all at once. It was all new and made for some harrowing times. And I just want to say I'm just grateful to be here. So glad to see you all in person. It was great to be online. It beat nothing at all, but there's something to be said about being in person and being able to fellowship with all of you. And so glad that you could all be here. And also Brenda, you've become just like a member of our club. So we're so used to seeing you. Now sometimes I forget to even recognize you as a guest, but thank you so much for being here. All right. Well, I wanted to also thank all of you who were so gracious to offer program ideas. As you know, Ivy Oliver will be our program chair. Don Smith has graciously offered to step in and help mentor and help her until the One Summer campaign is over this summer. But we just kind of put out a little, ask of all of our members to pop in some ideas for programs, and boy, did you guys deliver. I mean, we were able to hand over about a page and a half of program ideas for Don and Ivy that are just outstanding, and we're so looking forward to this year. I think you're going to be in for a real treat. I also wanted to say we had an amazing virtual trip raffle. I'm thankful for all of you who were able to call in. That was always such a wonderful event that we looked forward to at the end of each year to celebrate our year and to come together and just have a really great party and some great prizes. And thanks to Cindy and some ideas that she came up with, we turned it to a virtual event. We had, how many, 36 Rotarians and their spouse, 36 Rotarians plus spouses call in to the virtual trip raffle. We turned what used to be a member-funded cash prize trip event to something that we reinvested in our community, it became very, very evident how much our small businesses were hurting, especially those in our downtown area. They were hurting, they had to close for a length of time. They were opening, but only in limited hours. Really, really struggling. Some of them were kind of on the brink. And we just felt like it would be irresponsible of us to give away cash prizes when we had hurting businesses in town. So we reversed the way we did things. We turned around and invested $4,000 back into our local community and used gift cards to local businesses as prizes instead of cash. And I just want to tell Cindy how successful that was, how grateful our business owners were. We've got some pictures that I'd like to share, and we will also be giving out the prizes that were won that night. I know that's why y'all are still here. Y'all are waiting. I told y'all we were giving away the raffle prizes and stuff. But anyway, so we put together just a little slideshow, starting with, and of course it's going to freeze on me, watch. All right, so we had our setup. Now, originally, when we counted the votes, Jimmy Whaley's group won. But when I went back to pull the pictures off of the cell phone, because y'all were sending me, I mean, my cell phone was blowing up that night with pictures. When we got the pictures back, we actually found that the luau that Susan Ruckman and her group had rivaled that of Jimmy's. So we split that award for the setup, and if Jimmy and Susan will come up. And I'm hoping that you guys will share this with whomever helped you with the setup. And what we did was we are awarding downtown dollars that can be reinvested in downtown Americus. So anywhere downtown dollars is accepted, that's where you can spend those. All right. We had some really great group photos. As you know, we sent around gift bags with some Prosecco and the instructions for the trip raffle. And we're supposed to have the masks that were held hostage and didn't get here in time. So we had a virtual toast, our club, at 6:45 to kind of kick the thing off. But really the thing that we were actually the most surprised about is how competitive you guys were for the pandemic scavenger hunt. Y'all got into that. That was a last kind of one of those things we just thought we needed to break out and do some really fun stuff to kind of break up the drawings. But as it turned out, that was quite an ordeal. So we had hand sanitizer. We had toilet paper and thermometers and unopened Prosecco, which really surprised me, to be honest. Bacterial wipes. But all in all, the plan was to make sure that we supported our local business. And so we wrote a letter to be able to hand out with the checks that were hand delivered to the businesses to pick up the gift cards, explaining what we did and why we did it. And I will tell you, we have since gotten some thank you notes, and I'll share at least this one, along with the pictures that we took of everyone as they received their check from the Rotary Club, along with our letter. This one is from Scott's Jewelry, from Ron Scott, who's a Kiwanis. He said, I want to thank the club for the gift certificate project to help local business. Very thoughtful. We all appreciate it. We'll keep supporting each other. Ron Scott. So we had, like I said, about $4,000 that was reinvested in local businesses, and had a lot of grateful people. And it really put our name out there. And I just want to thank you all, because this is a member-funded project. And if I can call our Service Above Self winner up here, Cindy Pryor, whose brainchild this was, to help me give out the awards, I think that's why y'all are here.
Say that's last. Rita Rowell, Rita's Happy Patch. Thank you. Wiley, Monroe.
That's right.
Don Smith, level class. Ellen Hanson, Bradley's Kitchen, I guess I'll call them out so you don't call them. Brad Ward, Pat's Place.
And we do have some people here that probably work with some of these individuals.
Sam Hunter, Shepherd House. I'm hard to tell who y'all are. Damage Print Shop, Suzanne Smith. Mike Chokus, Farmhouse Barbecue. Kayvon, Gladys' Kitchen.
He just wants a butter roll.
Yes. I got the Fish House. Nicole, Henry. This gives me great pleasure. Americus Package, Mark Scott. Porter Mercantile. Yes, it's everywhere. Robert's Jewelry, Thurston Clinton.
That's for Gail.
I'm sure I'm gonna use it.
Catherine Moore, Roman Oven, Paul Pike, Sunbelt Ford.
Take that Corvette up there and get it started.
Gabe Woods, Jim Covington, Three's Company 2, that's the station, Marion Franklin.
Well, then happy birthday, Mr. Marion. He is 85 years young. Woo.
Sybil Smith, Kennery Company, Ivy Oliver.
We have some big ones, and I'll let you hand these out too. Of course, we did the, what have we called it? The sophistication, the playcation, and the staycation. Starting with third place, Russ Childress, who's not here. Susan could probably take that to him. Sure.
Okay. All right. His was third place, Russ Childers. Munich Interiors, $100. The Look, $75. Cloyd's Pub, $50. And Artfully Arranged, $40. And the Women's Wine and Chocolate Walk, 2 tickets.
Second place was Brad Lefevers. That's why he's here.
Okay, and he gets.
His was a playcation.
The Hot Glass Beer Festival, 2 tickets. Mike's Party Center, $100. The Maze, $100. Lakeshore Grill, $75. Red Hills Outdoors, $50. And Monroe's, $25.
And of all people to get first place, our president-elect, Kenny Phillips.
That's what I'm talking about.
It was a random drawing.
And Kenny gets 2 season passes, Friends of the Rylander. Windsor Hotel, $250. Plains Historic Inn, $125. Honey Hush Boutique, $50.
That's for Teresa.
Rosemary and Thyme, $75. And Cafe Campesino, $50.
All right. Thank you all again for supporting that change of plans, and I think it went really well. I also want you to make sure you take your bulletin with you. We've got some exciting events already on the calendar, and some are being added every day, so be sure to take the bulletin and save those dates listed. You also have flyers on your table for the Mask Up Sumter initiative. That's becoming a crucial initiative, and you're going to find that as the guidelines continue to evolve, masks are going to start being required. I will tell you it will be changing for the university as well, so just be aware. We'll make sure that you have all of that information by next Tuesday. I want to thank Kirk again for making the trip down for this. It's very special to have you here. Dina, we have a surprise for you, and appreciate you making the trip down as well. Thank you. AG Brenda, we always appreciate your support. There's a little note for you. A little note for Kirk, and we will be making a donation in your name to the Rotary Foundation.
Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations again to Lou. Very well deserved. I hope you don't mind that you got Candy here. She just wanted to be here. She's tucked away in the back. She said if she showed up early, we'd know something was up. And before we adjourn, is there any other announcements, community announcements?
There are free masks at the Americus Visitor Center. We have probably a couple thousand. So if you know people who need masks, or if you'd like to pick up some for your family, they come in a pack of 5, we'll give them to you single. So we have tons of free masks.
Perfect, perfect. Hope you guys will take your Rotary masks home. You can bring those back with you each Tuesday. Also take one of those flyers with you if you have a place of business and would like to use that in your place of business. Feel free to, if you would like an electronic copy of that, we have that available as well. Our Rotarian Ivy Oliver is actually leading that initiative along with Brandy Lunenberg. So if you need that, please let us know. I want to thank Kimberly for being here. Hoping to get you plugged in pretty soon. Again, Kirk and Dina and Brenda. Thanks, Jeannie, for being here. Lou?
I failed to say that Ivy and Brandy have joined us online, and Mark Beck is with us from Denmark again.
Hi, everybody. Brandy, we're pushing the masks. We got them. We got you one too.
She gave us a thumbs up.
Okay, good deal. Before we adjourn, were there any, I failed to ask if there were any well wishes or condolences that we needed to be aware of? Okay, that's good news. So before we adjourn, let's pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and good friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you all for being here. Be safe. Mask up. We are adjourned.